Yeah, the steeplechase is, since it's only an outdoor track event, we don't run it in indoors, and the premier point of the steeplechase is when the Diamond League season start. And for me, running at Prefontaine is really like running at home. Even though I'm from Colorado, this feels like a home meet. And I was just looking back in my camera roll and saw my first Prefontaine was 2012. So I've been here a few times, and it always feels so good running at Hayward and getting to do the Olympic trials at the new stadium last year. It just feels like such a perfect way to kick off the year. And even though it's the deepest field, in the steeple, and it's so elite, it feels really like calming and peaceful to be kind of back at a home turf track.
I'll be honest, my race last year wasn't actually my finest. So I wasn't very happy with my race, but I think the American atmosphere is not something I've experienced before, but I've heard such great things about. Athletics is quite good over here, it's really big, which is not something we always get at home, so I think it's just nice to experience that, and it's nice to climb it here as well, which is always a bonus. But I never really heard of the Hayward Field magic before, so it's nice to indulge in that. So yeah, it's a good experience to be a part of. Well, I think reflecting on last year's season, throughout my first time on the Diamond League circuit, first time racing senior girls, and there's a few fourths and fifths in there, but I just quite like to be a bit further up in the races, and just running that 155 and getting Olympic silver. I think I should be expecting more of myself, training to be better, races to be better, and just have more confidence in myself.
Have more confidence in myself. I love that. Olympic silver medalist saying I have more confidence in myself. Brilliant.
Well, I'm more so looking forward to progressing in my training and everything. I mean, for me, these meets are a way to kind of check in from what we've been doing, and so I'm very much looking forward to that.
And in terms of what you're looking for then tomorrow, it's still early season, isn't it, for you, especially the American athletes who have the Oregon 2022 World Champs to look forward to here. What have you set out as what you want to get from tomorrow? Where's the big tick going to come tomorrow night? What are you looking for in specifically tomorrow?
Just doing better than my last race. I mean, I more so started my season and more so a little bit more in April, and so, I mean, we already know what we're kind of been training for. We've been working really hard. Like I said, tomorrow I'm more so going to have fun. I'm looking forward to competing in front of the home fans and really just soaking this whole experience in.
The Team USA is a really tough team to make, so I think Raven and I are both hoping to be on the team and represent our country. Anytime you can represent Team USA, we're so filled with pride. Looking down and seeing that American flag on your chest is an incredible experience, and so I can only imagine the amplitude of that experience getting to do it on U.S. soil, and we're certainly doing everything we can to make that team and to represent our country well at home. So I'm looking forward to it, and like Raven said, I think the fans are in for a big treat.
We've been in Flagstaff training in the altitude for last 5 weeks, and that's been going pretty good. Found out that I needed to do the world standard in the 5K, so a nice 5K race in California. Feeling pretty good. Been doing some more track sessions going into this race, hoping to get a good race tomorrow. As always, excited to race at Hayward Field, and we're going to see how it goes. I think the Bauman Mile's always been special, as everybody knows. But that's how I felt it when I raced here the first time. I was maybe second last, but I felt like everybody was paying attention to the one trying to break the sub 4 minute in the mile. And that's a great experience for a young runner, and I think that's what Webb did, and also we're going to do tomorrow, is having a great field with the top athletes and some of the younger runners trying to break some records, staying behind, and also getting a great experience in a top elite field.
Yeah, I think the way I see it was last year, I was trying to convince myself that I belonged. Even at the trials, I was going into it kind of, I don't know how I'm going to fare. I have someone like Centrowitz, another Olympic champion, I have to go up against, and then moving on to the Olympics, I was like, just don't get last in these races, kind of. And then one thing led to another, and now this year I see myself belonging in those fields, and yeah, I think this is definitely one of those races where you have to have that confidence going in that you belong, because just this field is so strong.
And while you have the benefit of that experience, you have consistency too. And for both you and Cooper, you're basically, the only thing you're not doing is the collegiate thing. So is that familiarity just helping to keep you in a comfortable space and knowing that you're on track and there's not a lot of newness to your pro career now?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a big part of kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still training in Eugene, obviously, and yeah, it's kind of just, if it's working, I don't want to change anything up too drastically. I like where I'm at right now. I like how training's going, and yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very exciting, and discus, it's an event that happens within a second and a half, so to have your technique be appreciated, something that you spend so much time on, it really means a lot. But it's been a very exciting last few years. I think it's been mostly a mindset of discipline and focus. I mean, as an American, it's been challenging to climb the world ranks in a sport that's been so dominated by Europeans, but it's exciting, and I'm really enjoying it.
You say dominated by Europeans. Of course, you'll be tonight, obviously the change in the timetable, against the Croatian Sandra Perkovic, who you said you've admired for so long, you continue to admire, and you say it's special, always special to compete against her. Why? What makes it so special for you and Sandra to continue to go head to head?
Yeah, I mean, when I got into the sport, I watched Sandra on YouTube. She was the role model. She's iconic. She is a fierce competitor. And I mean, gosh, it's so funny. Every time I walk onto the elevator and I see those stop pre signs, in my brain it like translates to stop Perkovic. So she's always a competitor. And I mean, it's what you dream of, you know, every time that you go into a competition, to be going up against someone that's iconic. And I really think we're pushing each other, which is great for the sport.
I mean, yeah, which, I mean, I don't know. I feel it's one of these things where, like, you don't really chat that much about football when you're in those kind of situations. It's not like it's like death row or anything when we're talking to each other. But you know, yeah. I mean, it's a friendly rivalry, I guess you could say. But you know, Chris is jumping out of his mind, so of course I'm aiming to better his world lead. That's the least to say. Yeah.
But how cool is that? You know, a few of the athletes this morning obviously have spoken about having those friendships, having the history, of course, as well, that you and Chris do. And there's such a camaraderie, isn't there, between field eventers? We see it. You know, us track athletes were jealous of the camaraderie you have. So it must be pretty cool to step out and be in that environment all the time, especially somewhere like Pre-Classic with the crowd involved so much as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us it's just almost pretty normal at this point. I feel like it's just one of these things where all the pole vaulters just hang out, and that's just kind of what we do. And I don't know, I think we just kind of take a little bit of a different approach to the event than maybe other events do, because I think it's one of these things where it's like, at the end of the day, you're almost not even really competing against each other as much as you're just competing against the event and the bar. And it's like, it's just such a difficult event in itself, to where it's like, kind of like you're just trying to do your own thing, and the other person just kind of does their own thing, and then at the end of the day, it's more just like the score sheet on who wins. But so yeah, it's one of these things. I don't know. We just, you know, we're also out there for a very long time, like 4 hours or so. You kind of have no choice, but you're just like forced to be friends.
Oh, I'm just hoping for just a healthy competition, just having fun out there and doing what I do. You know, a PR would be nice, or you know, touching 7 meters. But main goal is to go out there, have fun, and just be myself.
How are you fitting it all in?
How am I fitting it all in?
Wedding planning. Busy track and field.
Oh yeah, it's
how are we going on that front outside of the track and field with the October wedding, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It's amazing. Wedding planning is difficult, very, very difficult, especially since we're having our wedding in Texas and we're kind of doing it long distance. But it's so much fun. It's a new hobby, you know. It's something that I'm not focusing on track, but yeah, it's a great time.
And we heard Raven talking earlier from American perspective, with obviously Oregon 2022 coming up. If you were to rate your excitement out of 10 with it coming here to Tracktown, what are we talking about? I've got an idea of what the answer's going to be.
It's like 14 out of 10. I'm so excited, and everyone's coming to my home, your home, our home, and just get to show what Hayward Field's like and get to enjoy Eugene. I've never been to a world championship, a senior world championship, so this should be exciting and fun, and hopefully I can make the team.
In high school, I started as a 200 and long jump and triple jump. So basically, I'm going back to my background. 400, I started in college. So I'm not used to the 100 and 200. It was always in me. I'm just going back to what I know best.
And in this particular race weekend, what are you hoping to accomplish? For a lot of folks, it's lining up against the best early on in the season.
Well, I'm here to win. To win.
And what's it going to take to win tomorrow?
Whatever time is 10 flats, the W, all that matter.
I like it. All right. Good luck tomorrow.
I think Pre has been known to have the best fields, and to be a champion, you want to test where you're at, and having the best in the world lined up is always where you want to be. So being able to have that competition, to know where you're at and what you need to work on is always good. So I'm always excited to be here because, of course, it's a fast track as well, and everybody loves fast times.
And where are you at?
Well, I'll be doing the 200, so I'm not 100% sure, but I know that my 100 has definitely been superb, and I've been working on a lot of things in practice, and I'm hoping to carry that over to the 200. And hopefully I'll have one of those fast times as well, like I did in the 100.
What motivates Elaine? What motivates me is overcoming all the challenges and hurdles I've been hurdling, and that keeps me going. I know all athletes have something that they're going through, and for me to overcome those, I think that keeps me going all the time. That keeps me motivated.
And your performance here last year, surprising to yourself, or was that where you thought you could potentially be?
I am honest, it was surprising due to the fact that I came off a championship which I doubled up, and I flew from Europe to here not expecting that time. And I always tell people that whenever I feel sluggish or slow, that's when I ran the fastest time. And honestly, I didn't feel that fast. And I think I like to surprise myself. I don't want to feel too fast sometime. And when I feel awkward or off, that's when I surprise myself. And I really like that about the sport. You don't want to expect too much. And sometimes the expectation is very high, you underperform. And I think surprises, a lot of surprises I do on the track, I like that. And I don't want to go out there too excited and not do what I expect to do. And I like that.
For Shelly, you have had such longevity in the sport and a very successful career so far. But now you're a mother. So what does it mean to you to be a mother among many other mothers that are now becoming prominent within our sport? What does that mean for you?
I definitely think it means a lot because coming in the sport, there weren't a lot of moms that were representing, because for a lot of us, we thought it was just unheard of to be an athlete and start a family and come back because you're also scared. And being able to do it and come back and show that you too can start a family, you can come back and you can still, get a top spot. You can still focus on the career. It's not just motherhood. It doesn't, limit you. If anything, it enhances your performance and also gives you that extra push to want to show the world that, as women, we don't like to be put in a box. We like to be, focused on and understood and know that we can, get to the next level and evolve. And I'm glad I was able to do it because it wasn't easy. And I think the more women who see it, the more they know you have options. You can start a family, you can come back. You can have an injury, you can come back. Whatever it is, you have the power to do it.